Everybody, and again, thank you for watching. And this is my channel, Infinity Now. I really appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe or give it a thumbs up. And I welcome, all kinds of comments and thoughts and ideas and involvement. So much appreciated. And again, hope everyone's doing great. So I wanted to just do a quick video. I watched something the other day, and I thought it was a great message to share and to be able to get the message out. But what it is it's about, so I was watching a video about a psychologist, okay, and he was talking about when you have people, say you have a group of friends, for example, and you say stuff and they don't listen. So they don't listen to you or they ignore you, that kind of thing. So whatever that means to you or whatever that's about, then why would you continue to be their friend? So, and it's a very nuanced understanding, I think, meaning it's not so cut and dry. Like if someone ignores one thing you say, you don't want to cut them out of your life completely. So that whole balance is kind of up to you to find and to strike that balance, however it's appropriate for yourself. But it really made me think about the value of oneself, and I think the need to share that kind of message. I think it's always good to be able to enlighten and uplift people. And here's what I mean by that. So because we are, we're all born here and we only have a few decades here on Earth. So meaning every second, literally every minute and every day that goes by, we use up some of that borrowed time, basically. So we are moving forward inevitably to our deaths, period. So when we do have, well, actually, let me say this first. So that being said, really, our lives are an investment and in ourselves, and of course, those around us as well. But we can't lose sight of the fact that as one experiencing this reality, we're really our very existence and our thoughts and our actions are an investment in ourselves. So we can be more present and good and useful for those around us or the environment or that sort of thing. So that being said, really your time, and it almost sounds cliche, but it's not the more you kind of think about it. So it's one of those nice polite reminders, I think, that is good to share from time to time. So remember, you are an asset and you invest in yourself all the time. So if you, for example, just speaking about friends or that sort of thing, if you have friends that are just constantly either shooting down your ideas or opinions or not supporting you in some manner or another, at a certain point, there is a return on investment, if you will. So why would you devalue yourself, in other words, by investing your time and your energy, sharing your life only to get back things that don't support your vision or your goal or your sense of spiritual or emotional or energetic balance, in other words? You are devaluing yourself. By doing that, find people that will listen, find people that share the same interests or hobbies or resonate with you more and are more supportive. It's a very powerful thing, and of course, like I was saying, it's not so cut and dry, and it's not saying everybody has to agree with everything you do either. So I think it's important to also develop within yourself like an idea of balance and open-mindedness and fairness and an ability to communicate. That's really important too. So you can disagree, but there's a difference between discourse and disagreements and just negativity and lack of objective value, for example. So the more you're aware of these sorts of things in your interactions with people, the more I think you'll start to realize, well, maybe start to focus your energy elsewhere if it's needed, only if it's needed. But always remember that you are of value, and your whole being is of value, and you have the ability to control that. So you're not always at the mercy of things outside your control. It's not 100% either. Sometimes, there are things that are outside your control, and it's not always easy. But remember, you have the ability to learn and think and value yourself by choosing the words that you use in your head and the words you use out loud with others. Not only that, but what you receive back to yourself as well. Plus, with like the food, you have like the ability to control what you eat as far as your health goes and peace of mind, exercise, or like breathing exercises, or hobbies, or whatever makes you happy. Why procrastinate, or why keep yourself in cycles of either stale energy, I guess, if you will, or lack of positivity? So remember, value is it's a great concept to have at the front of your mind, and always remember, if you're not happy with something, or something isn't kind of supporting to some degree or another your sense of feeling about yourself or your self-worth, why devalue yourself when you have the ability to change that and nourish yourself? And it can be healing, it can be uplifting, it can be empowering, it can be energizing even. And I just thought it was a very great message to share, So value yourself and those that you surround yourself with. And it's a simple message, but worth repeating, because once you kind of take that into thought, and I did too, it's simple, but at the same time, it's very profound, So, because we are the ones experiencing this life and that change, or that staleness, or the lack of change, So, that's all. And I think it's also a good reminder too, because I was doing this too, as far as analyzing, not just for myself, but remember, we're not always the ones receiving, we're the ones sending as well. Meaning we could be that person, and maybe we don't even realize it. Because I was thinking, do I know anybody where, they keep telling me something, and I'm like, nah, that's not realistic, or, this isn't for you, or that sort of thing. I think we all do to a certain degree. So having that awareness, I think, is great too. And I'm not perfect at it, but I try to. It helped me realize too that I need to be better at that sort of thing. So when people tell me things, I do try to remember that. Sure, I have an opinion, or sure, there may be fact involved, but this is a human being communicating something to me. So what are they saying, or maybe they're just trying to communicate. And if I do have an opinion, whether it's good or bad, or, just be careful, because your words, when you're communicating with people, what we say can also bring people down. We may not even realize it. So everyone is here experiencing life, and, again, just be more careful about our word choice, and that sort of thing. So, because we're sending, as far as receiving as well. And I don't want to be that toxic person. And I think it's easy, that especially over time, as we develop habits and that sort of thing, we may become, unaware of how we interact with people, or certain people. Who knows? So it's not going to be the same for each person, or it could be, but awareness, value, be careful about, who you surround yourselves with, unless you're happy, with that sort of thing, or you have a certain level of stability and you're happy with it. But remember, empowerment, and also it goes both ways too. So be careful about how we just interact with each other. So there you go. That's all I wanted to share. And I don't know. I thought it was important and nice to share. And I like that sort of thing too. I like developing that within myself. And I think it's needed because we're not all the same, and we're not all going to be the same, So I think it takes a certain level of maturity over time to be able to recognize, what, you don't necessarily have to agree with everything, but you don't have to be toxic at the same time or negative. And there's a way to do that properly. Sometimes we may not even be aware. One big part of that is being aware of that dynamic, because we may not even be, we may not even know that we're doing that to ourselves, let alone others. So, all right. So that was unscripted, and so I hope I didn't repeat myself too much, but there you have it. And thanks again for watching, and hopefully you found that useful, or that sort of thing, or positive. Either way, thanks again for watching. And any thoughts or comments or ideas or anything you'd like to share too, put them in the comments, and I think that'd be awesome. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.